Have you ever felt lost in a crowd, surrounded by people yet utterly alone? You're at a party with your partner laughing along, but inside a hollowness echoes. The conversation feels forced. The laughter rings hollow. You're physically present, yet emotionally miles apart. This, my friends, is the loneliness we can experience within a relationship. It's a peculiar kind of loneliness. You crave connection, intimacy, yet it feels frustratingly out of reach. Like trying to grasp smoke, the harder you try, the more it slips away. You might be going through the motions, but your heart yearns for a deeper connection. A connection that seems lost, even with the person right beside you. This feeling of disconnection can fester, creating a chasm between partners. It's a silent cry for help, a longing for something more. But often it goes unnoticed, drowned out by the noise of everyday life. The bills, the errands, the daily grind. All masking the quiet desperation for a love that feels authentic. A love that feels like home. Then comes the breakup. The storm of emotions, anger, sadness, relief crashes over you. It's easy to anticipate the initial heartache, the void left by their absence. But what often catches us off guard is the unexpected loneliness that follows. This isn't the same loneliness we felt in the relationship. This is different. This is a new beast entirely. It's the silence in the morning that screams the loudest. No one to share coffee with, no one to debate the headlines. It's the empty side of the bed that amplifies the feeling of being utterly alone. The things you once did together, the places you frequented now serve as painful reminders of what you've lost. This loneliness cuts deeper. It's raw, visceral. It's the absence of their presence in the most mundane everyday moments. It's the realization that you are truly on your own, and it can be terrifying. Bobby Womack, the soulful singer, once said, "Loneliness is the world's greatest disease." And how true that rings, especially in the aftermath of a breakup. We crave connection, yet fear vulnerability. We build walls to protect our hearts, only to find ourselves imprisoned by our own defenses. We might distract ourselves with work, hobbies, or social gatherings. We might seek solace in the arms of another, hoping to fill the void. But the truth is, this loneliness cannot be outrun or ignored. It must be faced head-on. It's in these moments of solitude that we truly begin to hear our own voice. We start to understand ourselves better, our needs, our desires. We begin to recognize the patterns in our relationships, the red flags we ignored, the compromises we made at the expense of our own happiness. Embracing this loneliness, as daunting as it may seem, is crucial for our personal growth. It's an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves, to heal old wounds, to discover our own strength and resilience. It's a time for introspection, for self-discovery, for rediscovering who we are outside of the context of a relationship. This period of solitude can be a catalyst for positive change. We can use this time to pursue our passions, to nurture our friendships, to rebuild our lives on our own terms. We can learn to love ourselves, flaws and all. The path to healing is rarely linear, and there will be days when the loneliness feels unbearable. But it's in these moments of darkness that we find our inner light. As we navigate through this difficult time, we emerge stronger, wiser, and more self-aware. We learn that true fulfillment comes from within, and that we are capable of creating a life filled with love, joy, and meaningful connections, starting with the most important connection of all, the one with ourselves.